Hello there, my beautiful Pisces, and welcome to or back to your channel. This is your daily reading for Wednesday, July 15th. Keep in mind that time is fluid and you can resonate to any of these readings if you have strong Pisces in your birth chart. All right, Pisces, let's start off with a number to see what number Spirit is highlighting for you for the day. And you have 222. Oh my gosh. Yesterday your number was 22. And now you have 3 of them. I am balanced. Trust that the seeds of your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and action. Pisces, you are extremely aligned to manifest right now. If you are not taking advantage of it, writing things down, speaking things into existence, I don't know, lighting a candle, whatever you do, you better get started. Do something. Because 2 days in a row, the 2s have made their way to you. Yesterday, the affirmation was I am aligned, and now this affirmation is I am balanced. So I would say to really hone in on your creative powers right now. Really plant those seeds, really write things down, manifest. There is something going on in your energy where the decisions you make right now will have some type of impact on energies and things that come your way in the future. So some of you born on the 2nd, some of you maybe life path number 2 or 22. Pay attention to where you see the number. You also have the energy of Eclipse in Scorpio. Regeneration. Stand firm in the eye of the storm. Okay, so when this card comes through, this is all about a reigniting energy. It's about saying, I'm going to create this storm that's going to wipe away all the things that are not needed for your new level of life. Scorpio says whatever cannot be held onto for the future has got to go. So it looks like a lot of you are going through some type of evolution, some type of expansion, some type of transformation around this time. You know, we're still in the midst of that new moon in Cancer, so there could be really big emotional transformations, Pisces, where you are no longer fazed by the storm. You welcome it in and you say, all right, what does it need to release? You know, fear is just a clue of what needs to go. Adversity, conflict inside of us is just a clue for our own energy of what needs to be released. So there's huge transformative energy for you going on right now, Pisces. Big, big shifts. So you may have Scorpio in your chart or around you. Sometimes when this card comes through, it indicates some like intensity or like an intense moment. Doesn't always have to be negative. Sometimes it could just be intense. Let's see what angel's with you. Shine your light. Archangel Uriel. I mean, Pisces. The amount of cards and readings you have been getting, I feel like since like June, early June, maybe even end of May, have been about you being in the spotlight. Have been about you putting yourself out there. So, this card says, thank you, Uriel, for helping me share my light with the world. That's going to be the emotional energy you have to break through. You have to face the discomfort to shine. To take your light and say it's useful. It's needed. I'm putting it out there. So I feel like this combination of cards is showing that some of you, it is a little bit discomforting or uncomfortable. You know, especially yesterday's reading about the new moon in Cancer, there was a really big emphasis on you receiving a lot of attention. And now you're getting shine your light. So I don't know, Pisces. You're either going to go with it or you're not going to go with it. But I feel like a lot of you kind of aren't going with it, because why does it keep repeating the message then? There is some type of level of discomfort or uncomfortability that you need to break out of. There's something here. This energy is it's trying to help you do it. I don't know if there's, I don't want to like sound like I'm like putting you on the spot, but what are you afraid of? Or what part of yourself are you hiding? I'm sorry. I'm a Pisces sun. I know. I don't know, you know, a lot of people, you're here watching tarot. Sometimes people like hide their spirituality. They're not that open with the things that they believe in or things like that. That's just a random example, but There's some part of you that you are not uncovering because it makes you feel uncomfortable to do so. What's the Quantum Oracle? The Sacred Temple, card number 5, a spirit card. So the Sacred Temple would indicate your temple, your body, your human form. So I feel like there is this energy, you know, you have Eclipse in Scorpio. Scorpio would be known as like shedding its skin. So you're being asked to shed a part of you that no longer serves you anymore and to step into your sacred energy, to step into what makes you different, what makes you unique, what makes you stand out. Because it almost looks like you try to hide it away in a sense. You like to dim this part of you or turn it off out of fear of maybe judgment, fear of adversity, you know, fear of creating an issue. Let's get your tea leaf out and get more details on this. All right, underneath the Eclipse in Scorpio, you have the ink pot, problems to be solved. Yeah. The storm doesn't come to sweep away good stuff. You know, the storm comes to sweep away stuff that needs to be resolved. And I feel like this is internal. Shine your light with the kite, with vacation. Some of you may be traveling, planning to travel, want to travel. You know, maybe some of you need a break and you're scared. If you ask for a break, you'll be met with conflict. And you have flowers with happiness. See? You know what I feel like? There's something that you want. There's something you want to express or something that you want to do. But for some reason, there's like this fear of what other people will think or fear of how other people will take it. A fear that maybe other people won't be happy for you or something like that. Or maybe a fear that you'll create an energy of people being envious or jealous or something. Because I feel like you got something that you could brag about. You know, there's regular bragging and then there's humble bragging. And it's like, I don't know why you're just like keeping something to yourself. And it's not meant to be uncovered. I mean, it's not meant to be covered. It's not meant to be hidden. It's meant to be outward and expressed. Let's see what your overall energy is from the tarot. Blossom with judgment. Yeah. So whatever this is, whatever is inside of you that makes you want to hide away, it stems from some type of situation or experience in your past. And that's exactly what Scorpio comes in to do. It says, no. You look at it. Even here, you can see it. You see that light orb she's holding? You see how it turns into leaves and then turns into growth? So there is this moment of you taking your experience, taking your light, you know, integrating your shadow and transforming through that. Because there's like something that I feel like either triggers you or bothers you or something like that, or creates a fear inside of you that it's like your spirit team or the universe, whatever you want to call it. They're like, we need you to heal this so you don't project this into future situations. You know, what if you stay hidden away, but you're supposed to be outwardly up front and you miss certain opportunities or some types of meetings just because out of that fear? That would be a problem that needs to be resolved. There's something that's like coming up from a past experience that the universe is asking for you to make a different choice this time. React differently. 222. Decide differently. On Judgment, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. So your overall energy shows that this has been taking a good amount of time for you to transform out of. What's coming your way is the Moon. There's that emotional energy that needs to be transformed. Some of you, you're like, well, Miss Machiste, I have no idea. I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to be this way, but I don't know how to get out of it. Your influence is the Hanged Man. I mean, like, can we really make this up? This is your card. And the Hanged Man says you need to observe a different way of doing something and finding enlightenment in a different perception or a different way of reaction. Unexpected, you have the Magician. That's probably why they're honing in on it so strongly, because you are in creator mode. You know, this card literally trusts the seeds that your thoughts are growing as you are nourishing them with words, feelings, and actions. And now you have the Magician and unexpected energy. The universe is like, hey, Pisces, you're in creator mode, and we're trying to get you out from creating the same old experiences, which is crazy because this kind of does, it's like a to be continued to your reading from yesterday. Your advice is the Two of Swords. Decide. See things clearly. See for yourself the role you play in possibly your own suffering. And your outcome is the Knight of Swords. Okay. There could be a message that comes in or a conversation that happens around this time that like helps you see something from a different perception or a different view or a different way of seeing something. You know, some of you, like I said, you may just be like, hey, Miss Machiste, I don't know how to do it. And the Knight of Swords may come in to give you, well, this is how. This is how to do it. Let's clarify. There's a really big energy of emotional healing. And letting go of like a trigger or a trauma that has been instilled in your energy. This trigger was implanted and it stabilized inside of you. It made a home inside of you. And that's why this eclipse in Scorpio is like, I'm going to bring a hurricane. I'm going to knock that down. I'm going to get rid of it. The Moon with the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Pentacles. Nice. And the Eight of Wands. There's going to be a conversation that is sent your way that is going to, your light bulbs in your mind are going to go off. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think about it that way? Why didn't I view it that way? Something is coming in to change your perception on a trigger or a trauma for you, or a big fear that needs to be released. Somebody may even be in the position of speaking life into you, Pisces. There's something about a conversation that could really help you. Hanged Man, in your influence, we have the Ace of Wands. There you go. You're finding your way out. Oh my gosh. And the Page of Cups. And the Moon. So you're going to discover something. Just how I said that sentence. Some of you, Miss Machiste, I don't even know what it is or how to get rid of it. Oh, you're going to figure it out. The answers you need to shift this are coming. The answers you need to get over something is coming. Wow. Strong epiphany moment energy, like sudden realizations. Magician, in your unexpected position, we have the Five of Cups, we have the King of Swords, nice, and the Four of Wands. So the King of Swords successfully gets over things. He doesn't dwell. You see that owl down there? He finds the wisdom in it. He finds the lesson in it. And then he incorporates it into his mental energy, into his being. So with the Four of Wands here, this could be that individual, you know, friend, lover, family member. The universe is sending somebody in to assist your energy. And you know, you may get met with some tough love by this person with the Scorpio eclipse there. They may say, hey Pisces, snap out of it. Snap out of it, because that's your advice. Two of Swords, to snap out of it. With the Two of Swords. Oh my God. The Knight of Swords again. All right, nice. We see the snapping out of it energy happen. And the Knight of Wands. You got to get out of your head. And you have to make a conscious choice, 222, every day to practice this. You know, there's a ending oracle in one of my decks. It's called the Dragon's Duel. And it explains that you have two dragons inside of you. The one that you feed is the one that will become more powerful. So it's like this energy is like, stop feeding the way you don't want to feel. Stop feeding that energy and figure out how to feed the other dragon that looks at things more positively or doesn't let trauma and triggers truly take things over. But for some reason, it's like, you know, the Two of Swords is an energy that says, look, I'm going to block everything out because I don't want to feel it. So it's like this this energy can't be numbed anymore. It's like the more you numb it, the more you've been suppressing it, and then an experience happens, and then boom, it comes up like a volcano. You're going to find a way to successfully come out of this so it doesn't reactivate in your world ever again in the future. But like I said, you must consciously decide to practice your energy of being balanced every day. You're not just going to successfully get through it one time and it's gone. But the starting somewhere is needed. Knight of Swords, outcome. The Star, there's the healing. The Three of Swords, there it is. To the trauma, to the trigger, to the difficulty. Oh my gosh, and the Fool. See? You're like, hey, what do I have to lose? I keep jumping into the dragon of hurt and pain and difficulty. Why don't I jump to the other dragon and see what that dragon has to do? And I'm just going over that indication of the dragon's duel, which whatever one you feed inside of you is the one that's going to win. So it's like you're learning how to stop feeding the hurt and taking and understanding like, all right, I have free will not only outwardly, but I also have free will towards myself. So why am I going to create a pain or create a painful situation or give in to pain if I don't have to? If I can jump that way. So the Fool to the Empress and jump right into growth and evolution and value and respecting yourself and saying, I'm going to, you know, Pisces, you're really good at feeling things and letting them go when you evolve. So some of you Pisces are stepping into that energy where old you may have been like, I don't want to feel it, so I'm going to numb it right away. But new you is kind of like, all right, something happened. I didn't like it. I'm going to allow myself to process through it. And then I'm going to get back onto my game. A lot of you are going to figure out how to do that. And you're going to figure out how to get over a trigger that it seems like it made a home inside of you. It built a home in your energy. And I'm going to tell you right now, this eclipse in Scorpio, what's that? What's that thing? And I'm going to blow and I'm going to blow. I'm going to blow your house down. What was that? 3 little pigs or something? Yeah. This card's saying, it's got to go. It can't live inside of your energy any longer. So this is what I have here for you, Pisces, for the day. In terms of zodiac signs in your spread that could be around you or in your chart, you have strong Pisces. Strong Pisces. We know this reading's for you for sure. You have double moon energy and you have the Hanged Man. You have Scorpio, you have Sagittarius, you have Libra and Aquarius and Taurus. So let's get your ending oracle. We're going to get it from the Starseed Oracle here for you, Pisces. And you have We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Okay. I did feel a little bit of stuff. I mean, you have the Empress here. You, in your reading yesterday, you did have the Empress come through here as well. There could be some type of pregnancy situations or just metaphoric birth, you know, not actual birth. Where is this card? We are the Hathors. Maybe it's all the way at the end. I'm probably saying that wrong. Here we go. Birth is a portal that ushers in new life. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of the Cosmic Mother, and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of the Mother's embrace. The Hathors know that the journey on Earth can be rocky and lonely sometimes, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the Mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency, of femininity, of creation, of birth. You're being called to mother yourself and others too, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender your own creations, to hold and be held. Yes! Literally, like, it's almost like, I love that this is your ending oracle. It's almost like the energy is saying to you, if this was happening to another person that you loved, that they were, you know, giving into triggers, reactive energy, suppressing feelings, not processing, becoming numb, what would you tell them? How would you nourish them? How would you nurture them? It's like the energy is asking for you to do that to you. Do that to yourself. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the Cosmic Mother is watching every step. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container, that you're more held than you can possibly imagine, and you have access to more love than your heart can bear. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflow of the Cosmic Mother, flooding towards you in every direction. Let it stretch your heart. Wow. What a very, very specific reading. So this is what I have here for you, Pisces, for the day. Thank you for being here and for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, amazing night wherever you are at in the world. I'll talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Have a good one. Bye now.